Hey guys, and welcome to There's a New Tank Available Somehow, so here's a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you the AltProto AMX 30 or the AP AMX 30 or just the AMX 30. Basically it is a tier 8 French premium medium and it is a joy. I absolutely love it. It's basically, if you like the AMX first prototype from the mat in tier 9, then I think you're gonna love this too. This is not OP at all. Basically, it's quite juicy. If people shoot you, they tend to hit you and they tend to pen you, and then you die pretty quickly. But it's mobile and it just drives smoothly and it just works, and I really like it. So I was driving basically this battle with just basically the standard camo. After this battle I got the camo offer, so I was like, okay, that's great. And in this case I think the SP1C just didn't really aim much, but overall I really like this tank. I was alone here, so I decided I did not want to be here, and I just turned around and decided to go elsewhere and do basically wreak havoc where I could. But anyway, looking at the stats of the AMX 30, you have a DPM of 1969, a pen of 218, an alpha of 280, a rate of fire of 7.03, which means the reload is 8.53 seconds, a caliber of 100, and a shell velocity of 1000. And I love that because that works really well with the way that I tend to play my tanks. It's got an aim time of 2.01, a dispersion of 0.326, a gun depression of 10 degrees, gun elevation of 15 degrees. It goes 58 kilometers per hour forwards, 20 kilometers per hour backwards, has an engine power of 740, a power to weight ratio of 22.22. It has a camo rating of 90% while standing still, 14% while moving, and after shooting that drops to 4 and 3% respectively. It's got a view range of 250 meters, it's got an HP of 1350, it weighs 33.3 tons, it has a turret armor of 120 in the front, 60 on the side and 40 in the rear, and a hull armor of 80 in the front, 50 on the sides and 30 in the rear. Now, those are basically just the stats of the tank, and like I said, it is not OP at all. It can die pretty quickly. If they shoot you, they will likely pen you, unless you get a little bit lucky like I did earlier. But overall, I just really like it. It's just the way that it drives so smoothly, and it's fun. I like tanks that drive like this, that feel like this when you drive them. And even though I would have probably died horribly if my teammate hadn't just helped me here, but there we go, I'm still alive and I'm doing stuff and basically shooting people and doing some more damage. And it's just like the whole way that this battle just went, it wasn't like I was having the most epic battle ever, but it just felt fun to drive and relaxing, and I just really liked it. And I did not really expect it, because the tier 8 French medium tanks are not generally my cup of tea. The lights can be, don't get me wrong, but generally not the mats, because you have like the FCM and it's always a big letdown. It was fun when it first came out, but definitely not anymore. But basically my most favorite French tank would be the AMX first prototype from tier 9. So getting a version of that in tier 8 is actually something that I really like. Because of the fact, like, the way that I see the tiers is basically the higher the tier, the more you die hard, basically. So if you can just have fun with it and it gets less die hard, then generally speaking, it's a little bit easier. And it's not saying that battles in tier 8 are like always easy. I mean that the higher the tier, the more you get punished for any mistake you make. So a battle in tier 9 tends to be harder than a battle in tier 8. Kind of like that, like the die-hard grade of the game, let's put it that way. And this really just feels like a first prototype at tier 8, and I really like that. So that was my very first battle in this tank, and I'd already decided that I really loved it. So then after that I got the camo offer, and now it's called the Disruptor, and it looks really awesome, and it just looks fun and made me love it all the more, because this is one of the weirdest battles I've had, to be honest. Like, we should have lost this quite horribly, but you'll see how it goes, obviously. But it's not OP, and the reason that I keep repeating that is because I've also had some battles where I've got absolutely obliterated and it just didn't work out. Wrong place, wrong time, or just basically team evaporating and no one being left and all of that. And you can do proper damage then, but it's not a tank that has an easy time winning on its own. It kind of depends on what enemies are left against you, to be fair. Because if you're a mobile tank, then you can pretty much outrun your enemy heavies if there's like slow tanks left on their side. But yeah, that kind of depends on what is on their side and who you end up against. But overall, you have like battles like this, and my game was derping a little bit, so there's a few times where my tanks went a bit more forwards than I actually wanted to. But overall, it worked out, and this is a really weird battle because you see the amount of tanks that are in front of me, and I am shooting people, and they are letting me, and basically that poor AT is just standing there and letting me shoot him. But then I noticed that I'm basically the last line here, and my team is going, so I really do not want to be here anymore. I want to make sure that they're not going to shoot me everywhere, let's say. So I just kill him, and then we have the Annihilator over there, and he bounces 2 of his shots, which I'm happy with, because those are the kind of like bounces that you can get. Your armor lies a bit in your mobility, because if you basically just use your mobility to troll the shots into hitting the parts of the armor that they can't really pen. This is where I felt, okay, they had 4 bases. They were not a tank up, to be fair. But they had pretty much like a very big upper hand. I was like, we're gonna get absolutely wrecked here. And then it turns out that this guy is AFK. So I decided, yeah, I'm gonna make use of that, because the fact is that if he does wake up, then he is a big threat. So I'm just gonna HE him and slowly whittle him down, and basically we have a massive tank advantage right now, but they still have a lot of bases. So I'm basically, I never take that sort of stuff for granted, so I will cap the base and everything. Now there's only 1 guy left, but I was like, they're a bit far away. We've got so many tanks. I actually still got a shot in as well, so I figured I might as well cap the base and get some extra points. And I'll see after that if I can get any more damage in. But yeah, overall, this tank, it will probably come in crates. So again, as usual, do not gamble your life savings away. Crates are bad in K, because basically you have such a big chance of not getting what you want, rather than getting the actual tank that you're gambling for. But that aside, I really, really like the tank, and I do hope that it comes for a set price, or that I get really, really lucky and get it in the first few crates, because I will want this. So that was just a lovely battle, and I've had more battles like this, not necessarily wins, but battles where I did quick damage, because they just weren't focusing me all that much, and those are the kind of battles that just make a tank beautiful to me. So basically that's how the tank drives, and it fits my playstyle. I'm not saying it fits everyone's playstyle, because it is quite juicy, so you have to try and avoid getting hit and all of that. But me, I like it. And then basically this is how it looks with the disruptor camo. So I decided to just make a little bit of a go around so you can see what it all looks like and all. And I do think that it looks quite cool. Not sure how much it's going to be when it comes as an offer. Hopefully not too much. But if it's not too much, then I'll definitely get it. No, actually, I'm joking. I will probably definitely get it if I have the tank. Because I'm a gold noob. I'm the clan leader of the Gold Noob Association. I've got something to live up to. But yeah, that's my review of the tank. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't gamble your life savings away. And I'll see you all later. Bye bye.